Good morning and welcome to Epcot. Today is the first day of cast member previews and we're out here to ride Test Track for the first time with the new updated version of it. To my knowledge, it's not obviously that entirely different. They did do a few videos showing off the new indoor scenes. It's still going to be Test Track, same ride system. I imagine very similar outdoor area. But I'm very curious to see how much similar it is, what the queue looks like, the vibe inside. I know it was kind of going back to the World of Motion kind of theme, but I know that a lot of the new indoor sections are highlighting new technology being used in cars nowadays, kind of like LiDAR systems and stuff for self-driving cars. So I'm very interested to see. Once again, I want to mention that this is cast member preview, so if you're not a cast member, you will not be able to get in, or if you don't know a cast member, you won't be able to get in either. And also, it is July 22nd. That is its official opening day. So I imagine they'll do pass holder previews. I would think they would. Obviously, that's about a month away from now. So I imagine, just like before, they'll do a media preview. And then after that, we'll proceed with pass holder previews. That will probably take place in about a week. And then after that, the ride will be officially open. To our knowledge, this is not opening with virtual queue, but who really knows? I am very excited to see that there is still a single rider line. So we'll film a little bit more of that when we get up there closer. We're just waiting just a few minutes for our reservation. So we've made our way inside now. Here is a look at the new sign. I don't love it. I definitely think the sign before in the concept art looked a lot better. It was a little bigger, and I don't love the rock face. It's not a bad sign though, just a little bit smaller than I thought. I do love this new overhead canopy. It will definitely help with the rain. It also looks like there's some nice fan systems for the cast members up here, and then also some cool light systems. I'm interested to see what they look like at night with their overhead here. And then once again, like I mentioned before, still has lightning lane and standby that I do think is interesting because you can't fully tell. That's not a still sign. It actually is colored really well that it looks like a still sign, but it changes the time. And then obviously single riders is still here, that I'm loving to see. So it's looking like it's not too different from what we've seen before, but fascinatingly enough, there is a window here that it looks like, as soon as it comes by, maybe in a second, there it is. You can actually see into the queue line that I think into the before seatbelt check. That's a really fun little addition to give you a look at the ride before you're on it. I love when they add windows and stuff looking into the ride on rides. I think it's great. Obviously, again, this queue line doesn't look too different from before. It definitely has still got the similar kind of futuristic vibe that I imagined it would have. But I'm a big fan of Test Track. I actually love the old one still. I'm a little sad the cars are gone for building because that was always a part of the ride I loved. But I understand that it was kind of getting dated, and also some people didn't care for it at all. Actually, most people didn't care for it at all, but I definitely was a fan of it. I will say I'm really liking the new music in here. It's kind of that slow, but also kind of relaxing music. It also smells very new in here. I love going into a new attraction. It smells like freshly painted and fresh metal and stuff. I don't know, I just love it. It's also very well air conditioned that I'm loving because it is so hot out here. Definitely seems like they took a more museum type vibe to this queue line that I actually really like, with the style of the ride and it being more about innovation and cars and stuff now. It's really cool that they put in all this museum stuff about cars in general, but especially about General Motors. But obviously this is a whole new queue line area because this used to be where you would build a car. So this is like that exact area. Normally there would be stations all along here other than all this car stuff. And then you would exit out through over here and head up this ramp to actually get to the line. The line doesn't look too bad for us right now. It is a cast member preview, so it shouldn't be. But I'm glad to see it because it is hot out and I want to get done and get home. But I'm super excited to ride because once again, I am a huge Test Track fan. I loved it, but I was so excited to hear it was getting redone because I think it could really use it. So they do have models over here of different cars and different designs for, I'm assuming self-driving cars, they look like it. Maybe besides that one, that looks like more like an F1 car. This definitely feels more like the old Test Track, the 2.0, where it was like, you know, you built your car, there's all like the different designs. Again, I still really wish they updated it. I knew they weren't gonna from the very get-go. I knew that was definitely on the chopping block, but I would have loved to see new iterations of the cars, new ways of tracking them, and make it a little bit more competitive, because I was always top 5, but I love that whole system. Sad to see it's gone, but again, I'm really excited to ride this. I think this is going to be a great update.
And I'm your automated vehicle. Welcome to the Test Track.
I've always been dreaming of the road to tomorrow.
And now we set a course for the future. Let me show you how I see the world.
Helping to prepare us for any surprises.
Hang on! Surprises, huh? I was built for this.
Conducting charging to help you.
Smart road activated. Power transfer complete.
Smart roads are just the beginning. Imagine being able to customize your vehicle at home.
Can I show them?
Go for it.
What about this one?
Good choice.
Let's try another one. That was good, the third one. Oh, I could get used to this. It's always fun to be free. Finding new ways to drive to a brighter tomorrow.
Ready to see what else lies beyond the horizon?
I think you should just leave the jokes to me.
Maybe you're right. Thanks for joining us. See you in the future.
we made it off Test Track. This is where that old car commercial area used to be, right here. There's no car in here right now. I imagine there will be closer to opening day or pass holder previews. We'll talk about the ride as soon as we get outside. We're just going to check out inside the exit area first. Obviously, again, this is a lot more barren than it used to be. That I do kind of miss the old feel of the exit. It definitely is just showing off more cars. These are all new General Motor cars, if I'm not mistaken, and they're all going to be pretty advanced for their day. So that's why they're kind of showing it off here. But it's a cool looking area still. They did take away the photo ops. It looks completely, but you can still take photos with all the cars. They do have a Corvette, right? I'm not a car person. Right over here behind some gates that you can also take a picture with. Then they do have a wall over here displaying a little bit a look at General Motors energy chargers for their electric cars for your home. It's cool to see these too. So it doesn't look like any merch of any kind is ready yet. They do have all this still with some walls up or with curtains. But I imagine they will have plenty of new merch for the attraction that will be all themed to the new Test Track. They still do have the fuel rod in here actually. That's one of the newer ones. So they must have replaced it. All right, so we just got off of 3 back-to-back rides on Test Track. They're actually letting us re-ride. We are heading out after this. First 2 we waited about 15 minutes. The other one was just walk on. I think it was a grace period in between. I love this redo. This is probably, at least in my opinion so far, the best redo they've done at Walt Disney World. This is amazing. They went really back into the world of motion. They went back to that classic Epcot feel that I love so much. Having that house when you round that corner, I don't know, it just invokes this feeling that just reminds me of old Epcot. I think it's such a great ride. I think the way that they lay out everything, I really like the inclusion of a lot of stuff that is the future with LiDAR technology and induction roads and stuff like that is really cool. Was quite surprised actually by a couple of things. First, how much I love the wooded scene. I think that's my favorite scene throughout the ride. It's so relaxing. No voiceover, just a little bit of music, just going through the woods. That's another thing I want to mention real quick. New voiceover, I love it. I think that's a great use of the voiceover. It's not annoying, it's not too much, it's just enough, and it does a good job giving you info about everything. And it also plays out some jokes here and there and stuff like that throughout the ride. But I think the biggest surprise for me was actually the dome screen right before the launch. No clue that was there. When we rounded that corner, that was quite the shock factor that I really, really enjoyed, seeing that whole dome and that futurescape that is obviously way far future, but it is super cool to see, almost that Tomorrowland feel. Another thing I noticed that you probably won't be able to see throughout the video, impeccably smooth. They definitely did a lot of work on both the ride vehicles and the track. You can see they repaved everything too. It feels very smooth. The outdoor section is still a little rocky at times, but definitely the indoor section, you almost never notice anything. And there's so many great callbacks to both the original Test Track and the one that we just lost. I love that they kept the truck fake out. That's like one of my favorite parts of the ride. I know there was kind of obvious they were because they weren't really changing the track, but I love that they just kept it there. I think it's a great part of the ride. Definitely, once pass holder previews start or it opens here on July 22nd, definitely check this out. This is a great, great new addition to Epcot. It's such a big one for me too because they're single riders and I love when a ride has single riders. So thanks for watching. I hope this video brought a little more joy into your day and we'll see you guys next time.